Hey Falcons, this is Mr. Rosenbaum. We're going to be going over your school news, our Falcon 5 here. We're working with your digital media class over this semester to bring you updates, events that are going on around the school. And so this is going to be our kickoff. We're hoping to do this on SOAR periods, usually going to be the last SOAR period of the week is when we're going to try to be pulling these off. To get things started this week, as you can see, we're in the Media Center. This is usually a very busy place, always almost a hub for all kinds of student activities going on. And so I just wanted to kind of take a moment and update everybody with things that are going on right now with the Media Center, and then even things that might be going on later in this second semester. So what we have today is we have Miss Dissler with us.
Hi guys.
But before we get started kind of to all that stuff, I just wanted to give her a moment to tell us a little bit about herself. Kind of how did you get here to Fall Creek Junior High?
So many of you know I used to be an elementary school librarian, and so I was in elementary for 15 years, and then I went to the freshman campus, which was what this building used to be, and now it's a junior high. And so I've been here ever since we opened Fall Creek Junior High.
Have you always taught in the HSE district?
No, I actually started my teaching career over on the west side of Indianapolis at a corporation that was called Wayne Township. But I've been here for about 15 or 16 years.
Cool. So from kind of moving around from different buildings, different levels even, what are kind of some of the things that stand out here at Fall Creek Junior High that you kind of really enjoy?
I think my favorite thing is that I love 7th and 8th graders because they're not high schoolers and they're not elementary, so they're fun to be around. I like their humor. I also love our staff here. I think that we have the best staff in HSE.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Good answer. Good answer. All right. Well, so like outside of school, because we all know you from media specialist and bopping around, high energy, all that good fun stuff. But like outside of school, what are some kind of things that you're usually into? Think pastimes, activities, hobbies, interests, things like that.
Well, I get to see a lot of you at the baseball field because my son is also an 8th grader at Fishers Junior High, and he plays travel baseball. So I see a lot of you guys at baseball tournaments. And then my daughter is a junior over at Fishers High School, and so I see many of our students at different events there. She's in show choir there. So that pretty much takes up most of my time, or my two kids. I also like to read and work out and hang out with family and friends.
Awesome, awesome, thank you. So last question before we get into the Media Center stuff. It's one of the things I always like to do with my kids is I usually like to say a word, and then you have to say the word that comes to mind first. So I'll say something like, let's say lunch, and you might say food.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the game. So first word that comes to mind. Okay, are you ready?
I am, and I don't know what the words are, so I'm nervous, but I can do this.
Well, you only got one shot at it.
Okay,
just
I
one
can
shot.
do it. All right.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ocean.
Swim.
Wrong. It's water. Excellent. Thank you. So anyway, enough fun and games here. Hopefully you got to know Ms. Dissler a little bit, but what I really want you Falcons to know also are things that are going on here in the Media Center. So what do we need to know?
Guys, we haven't seen you for a while, and so I just want to make sure you know the different programs that are going on still in the Media Center. You can still get books. We have curbside checkout, and pickup all the time, anytime. All you have to do is email me. You can get my email on Canvas. Most of you already know how to do that. We also have Book Dash. You can fill out the form on the Media Center Canvas page. Book Dash, we will bring the books to your front porch. So we will deliver on Fridays whatever books you need, and you leave your old books on your front porch and we will pick them up, so it's completely contactless. Book Dash forms are on Canvas, so that's where you can fill those out. We also have programming going on. Last semester we did hand lettering. This month we are doing stop motion. So the program is at the end of January. All the information is on Canvas if you want to sign up for that. It is in the building, and you just have to wear a mask, and we are socially distanced, and we're going to learn how to do simple stop motion. You can also follow me on Instagram at FCJH Library. Lots of updates are on there. I hope to see you all soon. Keep reading, and let me know if you need anything.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Ms. Disler, obviously a big part of what makes this staff awesome. Really appreciate you taking the time. Appreciate you and everything that you do.
Thank
Great
you.
stuff. So now we're going to hopefully hear from some students about some pretty big things happening next week. So check this out.
It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it
Once upon a time, there's a man named Martin Luther King Jr. It's funny to think about because now we know his name so well, but at one time he was just a kid. Like maybe you're a kid watching this. Well, he was a kid too. Well, maybe you're a grown-up. That's okay too. Former kids are welcome here. I don't discriminate. Martin Luther King grew up to be a great man, of course, but things weren't all that great in the world while he was growing up. Not everybody was treated like they were somebody. And I believe that you should treat everybody like it's their birthday. But they didn't do that. People looked at the color of their skin. And that's how they decided if they were friends or not. Not cool, man. That didn't make him feel good. That didn't make anybody feel good. But his parents helped him grow up. He went to church. He learned about love. He grew up to be a minister to help a lot of people. He did all sorts of cool stuff. He helped a lot of people learn about love too. But still, he looked around and said, things should be better. He wanted to change things, so he did stuff. He decided, instead of spreading the hate, he would spread the love. He wanted to bring people together. Where people were hurting, he stepped in to help. He marched with them, he walked with them. He walked arm in arm with everyone. And sometimes it didn't go well, but he kept going. Sometimes he ended up in prison, but he kept going. Some people didn't like him, but he kept going. Some days were hard, but he kept going. Love does that, it just keeps going, even when things are dark. And, well, I don't like this part of the story, but things did get pretty dark. Someone who didn't agree with him shot him. He died in April 1968. Now keep pressing it. Why are you telling us this sad story? Come on. I know. I'm sorry, but it happened. I don't like that happened. Now I gotta tell you something. When things aren't awesome, it can be tough. And things won't always be awesome, but your response can be. Martin Luther King's response? It was awesome. Today I just wanted us to think about this. Isn't it cool that we can change things? Like any of us, anybody. He dreamed and he changed things. And he dreamed and he kept sharing his dreams. They became not just his dream, a lot of people's dream. Like this one. I have a dream that little black boys and black girls will join hands with white boys and white girls and become sisters and brothers. That's a pretty good dream. Let's dream like that. That could change things.
Congratulations, America, you've got a new president. The new president isn't actually official until the inauguration at noon on January 20th. That's the exact date and time called for by the 20th Amendment to the Constitution. It all begins with the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court swearing in the new president. The tradition of placing the right hand on the Bible was started by George Washington. However, 3 presidents have opted to do without a Bible: John Quincy Adams, Franklin Pierce, and Teddy Roosevelt. The band plays Hail to the Chief. Then there's the inaugural speech.
My fellow citizens.
My fellow citizens.
My fellow citizens.
The inaugural speech sets the tone for a presidency, and if they're done right, inspire generations. During his second inaugural address, Abraham Lincoln sought to stitch the nation back together. With malice towards none, with charity towards all, let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds. He would be assassinated barely a month later. JFK passed the torch to a new generation when he said,
"Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country."
After the speeches, the day ends with an inaugural ball, a tradition started by President James Madison and his wife, Dolly. While all this is going on, the White House goes through a complete transformation. In just a few hours, all the former president's belongings are removed and the new president's furnishings are moved in. By the end of the day, when the new commander-in-chief walks into the White House, it will seem like they've always been there.
And finally, one more big announcement for next week is that we'll all be back in school in our 50-50 model, similar to what we were in the fall. There are a couple adjustments to that, and we'll get to all of that here soon. But remember, on Tuesday, Red Group will be coming back. So Red Group will be on Mondays and Tuesdays. Blue Group will be on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Friday is going to be an e-learning day, and we'll have more information out on that soon. Today, I just want to focus on Tuesday, which is right in front of us here. So with Tuesday, it'll be a Red Group day. Remember, if you're a car rider, our doors open at 7:45. If you're a bus rider, remember 8:05 is when those doors will open for the buses to dismiss and come into the building. And 8:05 is kind of that time where we start moving around the building to get to our classes, which will begin at 8:15. On Tuesday, Red Group, if you're here when you're here in the building, and then Blue Group virtually, we will be following a 7-period schedule. So we'll be hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all in order on Tuesday only. Wednesday we'll move back to that block schedule that we're all familiar with. So when you are here, just remember that we do have our safety protocols still in order. Number one thing being that mask. If for some reason you forget your mask or you lose it, I know those things happen. We have plenty in the office that you can come by and pick up. Also remember to socially distance as best you can when you are here within the building. And we also have our QR codes. And that's the same process that we used in the fall to sign out of classes for hallway passes, as well as our seating within the cafe. We just want to continue to use those practices that we have already established. Finally, when we dismiss school, we'll continue to use that staggered dismissal, and this just helps kind of alleviate the grouping as we exit the building. So 7th graders will move to the bus lot first, then 8th graders, and remember it is important that we move to the bus lot as efficiently as possible, as their departure is also connected with them getting over to the intermediate buildings and some of their other routes. As far as car riders, remember you can use exits 1, 2, or 26 as you await your families as they pull up to the curb. So hopefully that gives you a quick little refresher of what's in store. I know I'm excited. I know the staff is excited. There's always an energy when you guys are here. So I'm going to rest and recharge over the weekend. I recommend that you do it too, and we'll see you here Tuesday. Take care.